Hi everyone, Roy Shepard here, and today we're going to talk about what happens if you need to go out of the house, out of your safe zone for more than a few minutes, more than a few hours. We'll need something more substantial with us, and that is everyday carry, also known as our day pack. So you'll be ready for any situation. In the last post, we spoke about our tier 2 or our core gear, everything we carry on us for any situation, any excursion, even if it's a 5-minute grocery run. And today we're gonna continue and talk about tier 3, our EDC, everyday carry. All the equipment that we need to carry on us for any excursion of more than a few minutes, more than a few hours. Say we're going to work for half a day, say we're going to the mall for half a day or a day, outside to visit family or anything like that. A small disclaimer, during this post we're going to talk about some equipment and some brands. I want to make very, very clear that we have no affiliation with any of these companies. This gear has been tested by us rigorously over a long period of time, and I decided that it's the best recommendation for you to use. So first of all, we need a 24-hour backpack to carry all of our equipment. I would recommend about 30 liters of space in the main compartment to carry everything that we need, and a little bit of extra room in case we need to add anything else. For that reason, I recommend the Rush 24 by 511, which is a fantastic bag, one of the top best-selling bags in the market. It has enough space for everything that you need. It has an admin pouch in the front to have all your smaller equipment, all the things that you might need. It has more webbing on the outside, so you can expand the backpack and add more pouches as you see fit. Next, a water bottle, at least 700 milliliters of water. It needs to be sturdy. We need to be able to refill it as many times as we need. And for that reason, I recommend the Nalgene 700 milliliter water bottle, which is fantastic. I've used it for a while now, and it's odorless. The water tastes perfect. It's great to carry water. It's great to acquire water from a source, from a body of water. Light, sturdy, odorless, everything you'd expect from a great water bottle. Important to mention as well, it's really, really easy to use and really easy to clean, which is fantastic in a water bottle. For any survival situation or any emergency, it's really important to be able to start a fire. Fire is one of the basic necessities for light, for protection, and for heat. A fire steel. Mainly, it needs to be light and easily create a spark to light a fire on tinder. Anything else is a bonus. But for this specific role, I recommend the Grylls Firestarter by Gerber Gear, which is fantastic. It gives great sparks, very, very easy to use, and it has a few other features like a waterproof compartment that can carry some tinder, can be also used as a signaling mirror, and it has a whistle attached to it so you can signal for help, which is all fantastic features in one compact fire starter. The Grylls Firestarter by Gerber Gear. Next, I carry in my EDC pack a lockpick and a tension wrench. This is one of those things that it's better to have and not need than to need and not have. It is for extreme situations that you get locked up, or you need to open a tumbler lock and you need to use these lockpick and tension wrench to open these locks. In case of an extreme emergency, it is a fantastic tool to have. If you're being captured, if you need to pass some sort of a gate, some sort of a lock, this is a fantastic tool to have. Next, some sort of a power bank. We use electronic devices like our rechargeable flashlights and our smartphones, so we have to have some sort of a power bank. It needs to be light, it needs to be sturdy, it needs to be able to charge two things at once with a USB connector, and it needs to have at least, I think, 10,000 mAh to recharge your cell phone at least 4 times, which is a good capacity to have. For this reason, I recommend the TechNet Ultralight 10,000 mAh power bank, which is fantastic. Covers all those requirements. It's very light, it's very sturdy, has a fast recharge, can recharge 2 items at the same time with a USB adapter, and it is fantastic. I've tested it for a while and recommend it. The last item in our EDC is one of the most important items that we need to carry, is our personal first aid kit. Our personal first aid kit is our first responders kit in case of an injury for ourselves or anyone who is with us, in case of any cuts, bleeds, broken bones, or even amputations. It's really important because this kit actually saves lives. If there is a major injury or even a minor injury, a concussion or unconsciousness, the first aid kit will stabilize the injured person until professionals would arrive. And in cases of emergency, this is very important to have. Now, your kit needs to contain a few items which are really important to have. First of all, it needs to contain a combat application tourniquet, which is the same tourniquet that the US Marines have been using in Afghanistan, and it became very popular. It's the one that they have already wearing on their legs while they're going to action, and in case they get injured, they just twist it, they close it. So many soldiers were saved this way. Except that we need an Israeli bandage, which is a cross between a padded bandage and a tourniquet. It's kind of somewhere in between. It has a kind of a hard knot on it, so you can actually tie and stop hard bleeding, which is really important. Except that sterilizing gauze, you need some sterilized gloves so you wouldn't infect any wounds or anything like that. We need monkey scissors, which are fantastic to cut clothes and cut bandages. We need electric tape, which is fantastic to close wounds, place bandages, reinforced bandages, and anything like that. We need sterilized gauze. We need an airway tube to clear airway in case someone is choking or is unable to breathe by themselves. It really helps with CPR as well. Chest bandage in case there is an injury to the lungs. The chest bandage has some sort of a semi-permeable membrane that can get air out but doesn't get air in. So in this case, the lungs can inflate and deflate correctly. We need also coagulating bandage in case we have hard bleeding. It coagulates the blood in its place. And simple band-aids. Band-aids for minor injuries, minor cuts. It's great to have them. In most cases, we'll use band-aids more than anything else inside there. And we also need to carry a few tampons, 1 or 2 tampons inside of our first aid kit. And it's fantastic for tinder, and in case we need to stop bullet wounds and nosebleeds, it's fantastic just sticking a tampon inside of the wound, and it basically coagulates and stops the bleeding inside there. Now, beside all the EDC gear, we also have enough space to carry any extra warmer clothes that we don't carry on ourselves in case we go out in the morning and it's kind of hot and we need something extra for the evening when it gets a bit cooler. For example, I always carry my Recon half zip fleece, and I sometimes carry my Sierra soft shell jacket in my backpack in case it gets cooler. I just grab them and put them on myself and everything is fine. As well as my tactical half finger gloves, which usually I don't need to carry them on me at all times, so I carry them inside of my backpack. Same thing with anything else that we need to put, like a warm fleece hat or a cap, sunglasses or anything like that, in case we need it or we don't need it. We don't need to use it right now, we'll need it for later on. We can place it inside of our backpack. To sum up, our EDC gear or our day gear is gear that we'll need to carry on us in case we have a bit of a longer excursion than a few minutes. If we're going to work, if we're going to a few hours to the shopping mall, if we're going to visit our family, or just a nice hike outside. It's gear that we have to have on us for longer terms. It's also called Get Back Home Kit, which means that if in case of an emergency or a catastrophe, this equipment will help us get back home to our safe zone, to our family, and reunite with all our team and get our 72-hour or any other equipment that we might need. We'd love to hear from you, so if you have any questions or comments or anything like that, please leave a comment below or contact us on our website, on Facebook or YouTube or anywhere else. I promise I read everything. In the next email, we're gonna talk about Tier 4, our 72-hour survival kit, or our Bugout kit, also known as Bob. It's gonna be the big one. It's gonna have everything we need, all the gear that we need to be able to survive for 72 hours in case we cannot get back home, in case a catastrophe hit and our home is no longer safe to be in case we need to bug out and survive in the wilderness. It's enough equipment so we'll be able to start preparing all the things that we need for long-term survival in the outside. So we'll have tools and equipment, and we'll go over all that in the next post. I can't wait to share all of this with you. So until then, stay safe.